Hi, welcome to Monday Morning Strategies. I'm Alexa,
I'm Karina.
and let's get started. All right. So the first strategy we have is turn and talk. This is generally a partner strategy. While a lesson is ongoing, the teacher may ask a question to promote higher thinking for the students. So they then turn to the partner and discuss their responses or thoughts about that question. It can be used while a lesson is in action as a formative assessment to determine how well students are understanding the material, or it can also be further scaffolded or less scaffolded depending on the situation. So, according to social constructivist theory, we make meaning through language. Therefore, by incorporating talk throughout the lesson using turn and talk or other strategies, students learn more because through the language they are able to engage and analyze the material that you learn by talking. It forces students to process the material and organize it in such a way to discuss it with others.
The next one is small group activities. And these are classroom projects, discussions, or assignments. They're held in small groups of anywhere from 3 to 5 students per the group. Small groups activities are used as cooperative learning experience between students, and it takes the role away from the teacher and puts it on the student, so it allows them to participate and talk to each other. Um, and this would fall under the social constructivism theory, which is based off of humans' desire to make meaning of things, particularly through language. So, by collaborating and talking with other students in a small group, students are given the chance to learn from their conversations.
Next is scaffolds or supports in general. So scaffolds provide students the temporary support they need on an assignment or any sort of learning material to meet their specific learning needs so that they're able to do it. In the zone of proximal development, students' learning is facilitated throughout the use of scaffolds until they reach their full potential. So the scaffolds eventually are less and less provided until that they're no longer needed for that student. This follows the self-determination theory, which states that students must feel competent in the classroom in order for them to engage. Through various scaffolds and supports, the teacher provides a more passive approach to learning and does not put too much pressure on students. The students are not intimidated to engage in class because they have the support needed to reach their full potential. So scaffolds allow them to be able to complete a task in their own skill set.
The next one is choral response, and this is a method of questioning where the teacher asks a short response question and students just respond all together or just shout it out. And this strategy allows students to engage and participate because they do not have to worry about being embarrassed if they answer incorrectly, which is very common in classrooms, and that kind of forces students to not participate. And it promotes participation for that reason because they don't have to worry about it. Kids engage in the activity if they feel competent because they do not necessarily have to be successful at it, just simply competent. So the self-determination theory demonstrates how kids will participate and engage in class because they have a sense of security where they do not have to worry about being incorrect or being embarrassed if they say the wrong answer.
So next we have quick writes. Quick writes are open-ended questions, usually prompted by the teacher as like a question or a prompt itself, in which students respond to them in a small amount of given time, usually about 2 to 10 minutes. These allow students to develop fluency in writing and be able to be creative with their responsive. They're only just guided by the question. So in theory, quick writes can be an example of autonomy as explained by the self-determination theory. Because quick writes are open-ended responses, and under autonomy, the students can feel like they have control over the assignment, like they would with quick writes. They provide an opportunity for students to show what they are learning without the stress of it being a graded assignment.
Next one is pinball presentations, and these are highly visual presentations or PowerPoints that allow students to be engaged and interested in a topic. A commonly used source to create pinball presentation is Prezi, which focuses on the visual aspect of movement of the presentation. And These presentations are highly connected to intersubjectivity because intersubjectivity is a shared understanding between two or more people. So presentations in general are used to present new information. As part of the zone of proximal development, pinball presentations serve as a tool or scaffold to help students be interested in a topic or lesson.
Next, we have ping pong discussions, which are a teacher to student dialogue. What makes these discussions unique is that the teacher asks each student in the discussion a different question. So the teacher would ask student A one question, and then they would ask student B a different question, and so on and so on. This allows each student engaged to not only have a decent conversation with the teacher, but a conversation that is unique to that particular student, because no one's getting the same question twice. So ping pong discussions is an example of social constructivism again, between the teacher and student. The teacher and student are engaging in dialogue and talking about the question being posed. Also, ping pong discussions add a sense of belonging in the classroom, so the students feel engaged due to the fact that the teacher has given them special attention.
Next one is choices on assignments. And this is when teachers give their students a choice of assignments to complete, so she gives them more than one option. The strategy is used to make content relevant to students because one assignment may not work for the entire class. Therefore, with multiple options, students may pick the one that they feel most confident in to reflect their learning. And this helps to create a positive environment in the classroom because students must have autonomy in the classroom. Therefore, through the self-determination theory, we can see that when students are granted autonomy in the classroom, the material has a purpose for them. This allows students to create work at their full potential because they can pick the assignments that best suits their learning style.
So morning meetings during the morning meetings, teachers welcome their students, share their thoughts, regulate student emotions, that's the thing that's done at the beginning of the day when they first walk into class. It allows students to share also that they are eager to tell their teacher whatever they want to tell them, so that they can focus on schoolwork, so kind of that transition from their life outside of the classroom to schoolwork inside the classroom. Morning meetings also established as a routine with kids, so they know what needs to be done to effectively start their day in school. This follows the self-determination theory, which proves that when a child has a sense of belonging, they put effort in their work. This is so because the child wants to know that their teacher cares, and by providing them information in the day, it helps to show them that. Therefore, when their sense of belonging is established, they put the effort to not let their teacher down. It also creates a positive environment that promotes learning and gives children a sense of security while in the classroom.
And the next one is specific feedback. And by providing specific feedback, we praise students' efforts and it guides students to improvement. It shows students that mistakes are acceptable because it allows them to grow and become better students through their teacher support. And in return, this creates a positive classroom environment because students are not put down for making a mistake. And by providing feedback in a positive environment is established because student mistakes are seen as room for improvement. This creates a growth mindset because students are encouraged to reflect on their mistakes in order to learn and grow as students rather than punished for making a mistake. Therefore, the feedback sets students to focus on what they need to do to become better students.
Ooh, and that's all 10 Monday morning strategies. So we hope you learned something, and thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.